There's a version of motherhood we see everywhere. The one with perfectly filtered moments, tiny fingers wrapped around yours, first steps captured at just the right angle. And those moments, they're real, they're beautiful, they matter. But there's another side, a quieter side, the one that lives in the spaces between those photographs, the one that sits with you at 3 a.m. when the house is finally silent, the one no one prepared you for. This is about that side. They tell you that you'll gain everything when you become a mother. And in so many ways, you do. But what they don't tell you is what you'll lose along the way. Not forever, but for a while. You lose the person you used to be, the woman who could leave the house on a whim, who could finish a thought, a meal, a conversation without interruption. The woman who knew exactly who she was. Suddenly, you're someone's entire world, and somehow, in becoming everything to them, you become invisible to yourself. You catch your reflection and barely recognize her. Not because your body has changed, though it has, but because somewhere in the endless cycle of feeding, soothing, protecting, giving, you forgot to ask, who am I now? And the strangest part? You love this little person so fiercely that you'd give up yourself 1,000 times over. But that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. That doesn't mean you don't grieve the woman you were, even while you're becoming someone. The mental load of remembering everything. Doctor appointments, growth spurts, clothing sizes, food preferences, sleep schedules, developmental milestones, birthday parties, permission slips, the endless, invisible tracking of 100 tiny details. It's not just the doing, it's the planning, the anticipating, the preventing, the noticing. It's the emotional labor of managing everyone's feelings, including your own. It's getting up in the night not just because the baby cried, but because you were already awake, listening, making sure they're breathing. It's the constant vigilance, the part of your brain that never fully rests. People ask, what did you do all day? And you look around at the chaos and think, everything, nothing, I don't even know. Because by the end of the day, all the work you've done has been undone, erased, ready to be done again tomorrow. There's no finish line, no performance review, no visible proof of your labor. Just a child who's fed, loved, safe. And somehow, that's supposed to be enough validation. Most days, it is. Some days, it isn't. And that's the truth of it. Motherhood breaks you open in ways you never expected. It shows you depths of love you didn't know were possible. But it also shows you depths of fear, frustration, inadequacy you've never experienced before. You're not the same person you were before. Your body remembers the weight of carrying life. Your heart has been permanently enlarged, walking around outside your chest in the form of another human being. You're softer in some ways, raw, more vulnerable. You cry at commercials. You understand your own mother differently. You feel things more deeply. But you're also stronger. You've survived on no sleep. You've made impossible decisions. You've trusted yourself when everyone had different advice. You've loved someone more than yourself and somehow kept going. And slowly, quietly, you realize you're becoming someone new. Not the person you were before. Not just mom, but someone deeper, more complex, more real. Someone who contains multitudes, who can be exhausted and energized, lonely and fulfilled, lost and found, all at the same time. This version of you is still being written, and that's okay. You don't have to have it all figured out.
Loneliness.
How you can be surrounded by people who love you, and still feel completely alone. How you can be touched, needed, climbed on all day long, and still be starving for connection. Because the truth is, motherhood can be isolating. Your friends without children don't fully understand why you can't just get a sitter, or why you're so exhausted from just being home all day. And even other mothers, the ones who should understand, they're drowning too. Everyone's too tired to reach out, too overwhelmed to admit they're struggling. So you smile. You say, "I'm fine." You post the good moments, because admitting the hard ones feels like failure, like you're not grateful enough, like you're not enough. But here's the truth. You can be grateful and lonely at the same time. You can love your child more than life itself and still miss adult conversation. Miss being seen as a person, not just as someone's mom. And that's okay. That's human. That's real. The guilt. Oh, the guilt. It starts before they're even born, and it never really stops. You feel guilty for working, guilty for not working, guilty for wanting time to yourself, guilty for not wanting more time to yourself, guilty for the screen time, guilty for the processed snacks, guilty for losing your patience, guilty for not being present enough, guilty for being too present and losing yourself. There's this impossible standard we hold ourselves to. This image of the perfect mother who never raises her voice, never feels resentment, never wishes for just 5 minutes of silence. But that mother doesn't exist. She's a fiction, a highlight reel, a marketing campaign. Real mothers are human. They have bad days. They make mistakes. They sometimes hide in the bathroom just to breathe. They sometimes count down the minutes until bedtime. And they love their children desperately, completely, even on the days when it's hard, especially on those days. The guilt tries to convince you that struggling means you're failing. But struggling means you're human. It means you care. It means you're doing one of the hardest jobs in the world, without a manual, without training,
So this is
without
the
a
side
break
of
of motherhood no one talks about. The messy, complicated, beautiful, heartbreaking truth of it. It's not always joyful. It's not always Instagram worthy. It's not always what you expected. But it's real. And if you're in it right now, feeling all of this, feeling alone in feeling it, you're not alone. Every mother who looks like she has it all together is also barely holding it together some days. Every mother who seems natural at this struggled at the beginning. Every mother who looks happy has also cried in the shower. We're all doing our best with what we have. We're all making it up as we go. We're all worthy, even on the days we don't feel like it. So to every mother who needs to hear this, you're enough. You're doing enough. You are seen, even when you feel invisible. This is the side no one talks about. But maybe it's time we start. You're not alone.